Welcome to the Time of Your Life with the Baltimore County Department of Aging. I'm your host, Ethel Rasmussen. As always, the Time of Your Life is about sharing resources for living your best life and dedicated to keeping you well informed about the programs and services that are exclusively designed for you. You can also connect with BCDA through the agency's multimedia platforms that include the agency's website, Facebook, the Time of Your Life Digest, Flickr, YouTube, and Map, as well as an abundance of printed resources. For professionals, please consider viewing posts on LinkedIn for current programs and services to share with your clients, residents, or patients, as well as BCDA's professional educational opportunities. Connections to BCDA's are stronger than ever, so please take advantage of the many options we offer. With summer at our doorsteps, it's the perfect time to get outdoors and get engaged with your community. Every year in May, we honor older adults and their contributions. This year, for Older Americans Month, we take a look at how BCDA is powered by connection with Mike Hager, Director of Essex Senior Center. There's so much exciting news to cover in June as well. The Baltimore County Department of Aging is proud to be a safe place for older adults. Later in the show, Jackie Lofton, Director of the Pikesville Senior Center, will share how the BCDA celebrates those who identify as LGBTQ+ for Pride Month. World Elder Abuse Awareness Day offers many resources and information for just what elder abuse is and who it affects. To start the show, Lynn McCamie, Program Manager for BCDA's Ombudsman Program and BC Rest Chair, will lead us through how we can advocate for ourselves and our loved ones and enlighten us to this wonderful program that is BC Rest. Welcome to the show, Lynn.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here to share a little bit. This is an opportunity to join communities around the globe and help raise awareness about elder abuse. On this day, we are so able to help acknowledge the significance of elder abuse as a public health and human rights issue. There are events that will be happening worldwide that day to highlight solutions to the systemic social challenge of elder abuse.
So, World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, known as WEAAD, was launched June 15, 2006 by the International Network for the Prevention of Elder Abuse and the World Health Organization at the United Nations. What is the purpose of WEAAD?
Baltimore County Restoring Elder Safety Today is BC Rest. It is a coalition of agencies and organizations and private individuals who are committed to providing education for the prevention and advocacy of elder abuse. Our partners include the Baltimore County Police Department, Adult Protective Services in Baltimore County, the Baltimore County Health Department, AARP, HANA, which is a city and county organization, the local Baltimore County Library Systems, and Legal Aid. Even though this is a national day in June 15th, BC Rest will hold many events throughout the month. June just brings awareness to individuals about this very important topic. We've been doing this and hosting an event to the public for 14 years. Another project that we anticipate doing is being a part of Protect Week. Now that is a statewide initiative, and that initiative focuses in on elder abuse, but from the financial lens. That is something that is coordinated from a statewide lens, and BC Rest will be helping to coordinate a partnership with AARP that day, during that month, June 17th, and it's going to be under a safety lens. We'll do that at Victory Villa Senior Center, which is in Middle River.
Excellent. Can you share information about elder abuse and its prevalence?
Sure. It's estimated that 1 in 10 Americans 60 and older have experienced at least some form of elder abuse. Elder abuse, as many know, have many forms. Some of those forms can come in a physical situation, sexual, domestic violence, psychological, financial, and neglect. Even if that is self-neglect of the person, that's still a form of elder abuse. For every one case of elder abuse reported, 44 cases are not. These are just some statistics that I wanted to share with everybody. Sometimes there's a lack of community resources and isolation, which also may increase the risk of elder abuse. Elder abuse can cost millions of dollars each year to help prevent or to make sure that people are as safe as possible. Unfortunately, there's a long list of effects of abuse on older adults in our society, and we're just trying to do the best through this initiative to help for the prevention and education, whether you are a agency or you're a concerned individual, to help others be safe.
So why is it critical to acknowledge June 15th as a way to advocate and educate on behalf of older adults?
It's imperative that we continue to increase awareness and to help older adults have access to resources. That is one of the main ways that we're going to combat elder abuse, through education and the prevention of it. I know a lot of people say, what can they do? They're always saying, how can I help? One thing that we share is learn the signs of elder abuse and neglect. Try to think about some prevention strategies. Maybe asking faith-based individuals or communities to host or talk about elder abuse, or even other governmental agencies that maybe want to learn more about it. We do have a challenge this year that might allow individuals to get involved, and it's a WEAAD June 15th challenge, and it is called Finish the Sentence. We do have a link here that talks about what would you share in order to help raise awareness of elder abuse and continue to provide education on the many things that make up elder abuse or that you can do to help prevent it.
So Lynn, I understand there are a few upcoming events and action steps happening for both professionals and for older adults. Can you share information with our audience?
Sure. To help educate individuals and professionals, BC Rest is creating an informational card that will explain elder abuse and how to report it. It's going to be distributed to many of the stakeholders that BC Rest Coalition works with, any concerned individuals, to ensure that they have all the tips and ways to report if they're aware of elder abuse. For older adults, BC Rest is hosting educational programs, and we're going to be doing that right on the grounds of senior apartment buildings, coming to them with really important information and resources and tips and tools. And then finally, on June 17th, we're hosting our Safety Day at Victory Villa Senior Center, and that's going to be from 10 to 1. That day is going to have a special addition to it. We're going to partner with AARP to do a shred-a-thon, and that way people who have confidential information or information that identifies them, they'll be able to shred it free of charge right there, and then come on in and participate with the presentation for elder abuse happening.
Lynn, in closing, any final remarks regarding WEAAD?
So I want to encourage everybody to take the challenge, finish the sentence on how you too can combat elder abuse. I also want to welcome anybody to any of the events that we're hosting on site so you could learn. If at any time there are questions, please feel free to reach out to BC Rest, and we will be sure to either provide advocacy or to point you in the right direction for problem resolution to this very important topic of elder abuse.
Indeed, I will look forward to taking the challenge. Thank you, Lynn, for being with us.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
We're going to take a short break, but first join approximately 8,000 mature adults who subscribe to BCDA's newspaper, The Time of Your Life Digest. Subscriptions are reasonable at $5 annually for Baltimore County residents over 60 years of age and $7 for under 60 who are Baltimore County residents or those residing in other counties. For information about becoming a subscriber, please call 410-887-3050.
You strive to live your best life. You grow, change, and thrive. But you may have questions along the way, especially as you age. Questions that the Elder Care Locator is ready to answer. The Elder Care Locator is your trusted ally, here to connect you to the support you need to age well at home. Whether it's assistance with finding transportation, healthy meals, or other resources in the community, a friendly, caring advisor is happy to help. And our connecting services are just a phone call away. The Elder Care Locator is a team of listeners who understand the challenges you face and can point you in the right direction. We're a gateway to trustworthy local experts in your community who can guide you on your journey to stay healthy, active, and engaged. The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life with real people, real assistance, and real connections. 1-800-677-1116.
One scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
When the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when. Take control. 1. Assess your needs. 2. Make a plan. 3. Engage your support network. Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell.
Welcome back to the show. Joining us now is Mike Hager, Director of the Essex Senior Center. Welcome to the show, Mike. We're happy to have you.
Thanks. I'm glad to be on the show.
May is Older Americans Month. This year's theme is Powered by Connection. Can you explain how the theme ties directly to what senior centers mean to their communities?
Sure. With 20 physical senior centers and 1 virtual center, senior centers are one of the most visible and easily accessible ways that communities can connect to the many services and programs offered by Baltimore County Department of Aging.
The department prioritizes connecting older adults with local services and activities to combat isolation and loneliness. What programs and services are available at any of our 20 senior centers across the county?
The department has many wonderful services like MAP and Center Connection, which are available to help guide older adults to programs and services to combat social isolation and loneliness. Another great example is the Eating Together program, which is offered at all 20 senior centers across the county, and the program provides great opportunity to socialize with other members while enjoying a nutritious meal.
Mike, in what way do Baltimore County Senior Centers promote resources that help older adults engage?
Sure. So all of the centers have a variety of activities and ongoing classes, ranging in content from continuing education to art and even exercise and fitness classes. Many of the centers have fitness centers that are available several days a week or every day that the center is open that you can drop in and participate in. There's also a variety of recreational activities like cards and bingo, even special events which feature entertainment, and most centers have travel offices which offer opportunities for members to travel with fellow center members.
Many members rave about the connections they've made being a part of a center. Can you share an interesting story about an interaction or budding relationship you've experienced?
Sure. So I had a center member that came in primarily to play bingo, and then I noticed she was coming in to use the puzzle primarily by herself. I was eventually able to recruit her to help fill in at the front desk. She eventually took on a more regular role at the front desk and started helping out with bingo, volunteering with that as well. And now she's regularly volunteering. She's even helped to recruit members to serve on the board. So she's found it rewarding to interact with folks, and I found it really rewarding to build that relationship.
I am sure your descriptions of the Vital Connections President Senior Centers have inspired some of our viewers to consider coming to their local center. What would you recommend for an individual coming to try and meet new people?
Sure. So first I would suggest getting into the center and getting a copy of the newsletter, checking that newsletter out and trying to find an activity that appeals to them, or get involved volunteering at the center. Once they start to participate more regularly, I think that they'll find that they'll quickly start to build those connections and relationships with other center members.
All right, you mentioned volunteering in the senior centers. How can a volunteer get engaged with a senior center?
Sure. So they want to come in and visit the centers, check in to see if there's any volunteer opportunities, check with the staff. Some examples of volunteer opportunities at the center are things like volunteering at the front desk, which involves assisting members in the public, working as monitors in the fitness studio, so helping our members participate in the fitness centers, leading classes and programs. We're always looking for volunteers to help lead exciting new classes and programs. And also helping with the Eating Together program, so helping to serve out meals and clean up after our nutrition program.
So you mentioned becoming a fitness monitor as a volunteer opportunity. Can you talk a little bit about what fitness opportunities are for individuals that may walk into a senior center?
Sure. Well, one of the primary and most popular things now is the fitness center itself, because it offers a lot of opportunities to drop in and participate. But each center has its own roster of classes as well. Exercise classes in particular are very popular. So if you come in and pick up a newsletter, you can check out all the opportunities that the center has to offer.
And it's wide ranging. I know from my travels around the centers, I've seen ballroom dancing to line dancing to pickleball to basketball, all sorts of good things. So I encourage everyone to come in and give it a try. How can viewers learn more about senior center activities and services available to them?
Sure. Well, again, the first step is going to be getting into that senior center and getting a copy of that newsletter and checking it out. They could also go online to www.baltimorecounty.md.gov/departments/aging/centers. I'm sure you could Google that as well. And you can download newsletters and review the locations of the senior centers there too.
Thank you, Mike, for joining us today to share how BCDA encourages connections through its programs and resources offered in our senior centers.
Thanks for having me on the show. I really hope this encourages viewers to connect with all the great programs we have at the centers.
Coming up next, Jacqueline Lofton, Pikesville Senior Center Director, will share news about BCDA's offerings for Pride Month. Stay tuned.
Currently in Baltimore County, we have a population of 800 and some thousand people, and 25% of that population is folks 60 years of age and older. 25%, and that's a tremendous, and it's growing. That's the other interesting census figure, is that it's not a frozen figure. It's a figure that's growing. We do wondrous things, but we're really only capturing a small percentage of that roughly 200,000 some seniors. We have quite a number of things that take place. To use Seven Oaks as an example, we're involved in a reading buddies program. Our seniors read to young elementary school kids in the community. We have high school kids come in and do computer clinics for seniors. Like if you're having trouble with one of your instruments or an application, they come in and volunteer their time. The Opal program is a sort of showcase example of connectivity and an effort to connect with people in the new technological age, and to do it efficiently and productively. And just saying to somebody, have you heard about this? And they might say, well, no, not necessarily. I'll say, well, boy, do I have some stuff for you. And it would take off from there. And we would share information and things. I think that's vitally important.
I am a volunteer at the Pikesville Senior Center. When people come in and they want to join, they come over to see me, and I talk to them and fill out the applications, help them to fill out the applications. This has been a lifesaver for me as a volunteer. I came here with the intentions of doing nothing. And I got involved in membership. I fell in love with the Pikesville Senior Center. And that's where I'm here to serve. Just by being in the company of other people, talking, sometimes we talk, joke around, sometimes we get serious, and it's such a relief to talk to each other, to have somebody to talk to that can maybe understand what it is that you're going through, or what you understand what they're going through.
To our audience, thank you for tuning in. It is now my pleasure to welcome Jacqueline Lofton, Director of the Pikesville Senior Center, to the show. Welcome, Jackie.
Hi, Ethel. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Let's start our conversation by defining the acronym of LGBTQ+, along with sharing the importance of providing inclusive and welcoming programs for the LGBTQ+ community.
Okay, well, the acronym LGBTQ+ is centered around sexual and gender expression, as it has changed over the years. Most seniors remember the acronym LGBT as lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. But recently, the acronym has changed to be more inclusive, to include lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, questioning, and the plus is for any way anybody feels about themselves. BCDA has adopted the programming that is inclusive for all members, including those that identify as LGBTQ+. We have developed a group entitled the Rainbow Retirees. This group has placed grassroots at the Pikesville Senior Center with a vested interest in this group of people. And we now have 3 members that are chairing the group and planning educational and recreational activities.
In June, we celebrate Pride Month to honor the 1969 Stonewall Uprising, a struggle for the civil rights and equal justice. Can you talk about that in regard to Baltimore County?
Of course. Well, there's so much to share, but I'm going to keep it brief. Pride Month works to achieve equal justice and equal opportunity for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning Americans, celebrating LGBTQ culture and the support of its rights, or our rights. This is through a series of organized events and activities, and you'll see that happening across the country, which is so wonderful. And some people actually go to other states and cities to celebrate, and the best that I've been to is New York City, okay? They have film festivals and art exhibits and marches and other programs to recognize what equal rights we should have as a community. These efforts are to increase awareness for ongoing issues of inequality, as well as commemorate the lives lost to hate crimes and the AIDS crisis. President Bill Clinton designated this as Gay and Lesbian Pride Month in June of 1999. And President Barack Obama proclaimed it as Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Pride Month.
So what makes Baltimore County Senior Centers a safe place for any older adult, regardless of their sexuality or gender?
So in 2021, I was approached, because I'm an out person, I don't hide my life, by another co-worker who wanted to see Baltimore County celebrate, embrace, and also provide equal services for the LGBTQ community. So I presented it to Laura Riley, our director, and also a couple other people, with the idea of how can we do this, and I was given the okay. The police department came by, and they have deemed this a safe space. So we have our little stickers on the doors around on the centers that are safe spaces, because not all centers may not be a safe space, but we have some that are. And we are also developing programming that every member can attend, including those who are identifying as LGBTQ. The unfortunate part of this is that the community that we serve is also known as the silent generation, in which they are still in the closet, or they don't want anybody to know because it was such a hard time for them growing up, or just being able to be who they are, that we're trying to focus our efforts to that new senior that's retiring, that generation that is okay with who they are. And we're also showing them that it's safe to come to our centers and to receive all the resources that we have for everyone, and then also for the LGBTQ community.
Jackie, senior centers are always hosting events in celebration of holidays, significant events, or really just because. What can our audience look forward to attending in celebration of Pride Month?
So this year we're kind of doing things a little different. In the past, I have hosted events where it was more of a resource fair, Pride Month indoors. This year, we have actually been invited to be a part of Catonsville Pride Fest, and that is going to be at the Episcopalian Church in Catonsville, and I can provide more information at a later date once we get a confirmation. Here at Pikesville, we are actually having, it's normally called Beats and Bingo, but we're going to name it Pride Music and Bingo. And it's just going to be an old-fashioned Pride party here with, Pride music, YMCA and all of that other stuff. But bingo will be associated with that. We also are partnering with Pride Maryland in Baltimore City, who is going to help us to do a drag bingo brunch off-site, and those details will be coming soon too.
So how can interested viewers learn more about these events?
They can always call Pikesville Senior Center. We will have information here that our receptionist can give them. They also can see it on My Active Senior Center. We may not have them sign up for it on My Active Senior Center because we have to keep control of the numbers, but they can see it there. They can call the center and question us about it, and send an email to us at pikesvillesc@baltimorecounty.md.gov.
Sounds like center members have a lot to look forward to. Is there anything else you would like to add?
I'm just excited to see Baltimore County embrace this initiative. And we also have another center that actually has started their Rainbow Retirees group, and this is Jacksonville Center. And in the future, we might even have a mobile LGBT senior center for Baltimore County Department of Aging, where we'll move around to all of the centers.
Exciting news. Thank you for joining us on today's show, Jackie.
Thank you for the invitation, Ethel.
And that's today's show. Thank you for spending your time with us. Please remember you can call the Department of Aging's information line called Maryland Access Point of Baltimore County, or MAP, at 410-887-2594 with questions pertaining to older adults and persons with disabilities. This show may also be viewed anytime on the internet at www.baltimorecountymd.gov/videos with open captioning us. That brings us to the conclusion of this edition of The Time of Your Life, a National Mature Media Award winner about the services and contemporary topics that keep you in the know. Until next time.